In one Minnesota district, which includes Minneapolis, 2 Muslim women with staunchly opposing viewpoints are facing off. Yes, you've guessed it. Ilhan Omar, who is drenched in anti-Semitism and an open foe of Israel, and the other is our dear Dalia Al Aqidi. Dalia is staunchly pro-Israel and rejects the notion of Islamophobia because she says she refuses to play the identity politics game. I give you Dalia Al Aqidi.
Thank you all. Hamas is ISIS. This is not a slogan. And this is not a hashtag that I copied from social media platforms. I have seen it. I'm an international journalist. I have covered wars in different parts of the world, including in my hometown, Iraq. On the morning of August 3rd, 2014, ISIS terrorists attacked and captured Sinjar, a small town in the province of Nineveh in northern Iraq. They tortured and raped Yazidi women and enslaved girls. Under the sinister shadow of the ISIS black flag, Yazidi women and girls endured unspeakable violations and atrocities. 9 years later, and just 2 weeks after October 7th, I witnessed firsthand the haunting sight of numerous of these foreboding banners scattered throughout different corners in southern Israel. On October 7th, a horde of heartless villains unleashed a savage attack, forever staining the annals of humanity with one of the most heinous assaults on innocent lives in modern history. In the gaze of the entire world, the limp form of a young woman lay in the bed of a pickup truck, her face pressed against the unforgiving metal, stripped down to nothing but her undergarment. Through the crowded street of Gaza, she was paraded as a symbol of violations and brutality, while the voices of armed men echoed around her, exalting praises to a God stained by their twisted deeds. And yet, that was merely the opening of the horrifying saga that unfolded after that. Despite the steady stream of reports and testimonies bearing witness to their suffering, the world remained skeptical, unwilling to confront the stark reality unfolding before our eyes. This narrative has extended to the United States of America, to the land of the free, to our own Congress. The progressive movements in our country was the forefront of championing solidarity and backing the Me Too movement. Believe all women, they said, unless they're Jewish, I say. Michigan Democrats Representative Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, the lone Palestinian American representative in Congress shamelessly declined to support a resolution condemning rape and sexual violence committed by Hamas. Another example is the chair of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, which includes my opponent, Ilhan Omar. Congresswoman Parmila Jayapal was at pains to avoid condemning Hamas. She said that let's not forget the atrocities of the IDF. I've never thought to have to say this, but there is no yes but when it comes to rape. Rape is not a legitimate resistance. It's an act By the way, I'm very passionate when it comes to rape. That's why I'm shaking. 2 days ago, my little brother, who's 20 years younger, he called me. He knew that I was coming here, and he called me and said, Dalia, I've never asked you this question. Were you raped? I said, no. He said, how come you're so passionate about it? My answer was, because I'm a human being. In this act of barbaric savagery, and Hamas used rape on October 7th as a war crime. Jewish women were raped, tortured to death. And resistance is not an excuse. Leaving Hamas in power will legitimize rape as a weapon of war. The Hamas rapists should face justice and should not be free to reoffend again as they promised to. Women's bodies are not a battleground for the progressive movement to wage their anti-Semitic war against Israel. Imagine, if you will, 1 minute, I promise. The anguish, the pain, the sheer terror coursing through their veins as they endured the atrocities inflicted upon them. Their innocence shattered, their spirits broken, and their dignity trampled upon by the merciless hand of a bunch of thugs, Hamas terrorists. As we gather here today, let us only bear witness to the suffering, but also to pledge to stand in solidarity with these women. Let us vow never to forget their plight, never to failure in our pursuit to justice, and never allow such atrocities to happen again. Not to Jewish women, not to Muslim women, not to any woman on this planet. This week, as we celebrate the achievement of women worldwide, let's not forget the Jewish women and girls whose dignity was stolen by ruthless oppressors. Their voices cry out for justice, and we must amplify that. Remaining silent in the face of injustice is not neutrality, it's complicity. I'm done. As Dante said, the darkest places in hell are reserved for those who maintain neutrality in times of moral crisis. Let's raise our voices, speak out against evil, and stand with the silenced. Thank you.